Hello everyone, back to you into today's video. We've got a lot going on in the video today, but weather really is very interesting just at the moment. We've got the cold weather, of course, coming up next week. We'll have a look at that at the end of the video. This video is primarily going to focus on the risk of heavy rain and flooding over the weekend and into the start of next week, because it's an important story now, heavy rain. So I think I'm going to have to focus this video primarily on the rain and flooding risk. And if you're looking to see about the cold weather, just bear with it and I'll do a little bit on it at the very end of the video. There's not a lot of change from the situation yesterday when I did a long video about the cold weather. There's not much change, it's still on course, and it's still a job to really work out where the risk of snow is going to be and that kind of thing, because it's too far away. So this video primarily focuses on the risk of heavy rain and flooding. Now, this is the Met Office facts chart. This is what we're starting off with. This is the human interpretation of models by the forecasters at the Met Office. This is for lunchtime tomorrow, 12 o'clock midday tomorrow. And we've got this deep area of low pressure down here off the Brest Peninsula, and we're bringing up these weather fronts into southern parts of the country. That's a very deep storm system developing down to the south of the UK. Of course, we had that horrendous deluge through the course of Thursday across many parts of the country. So the rivers are already full to the brim, really, in many parts of England and Wales particularly, and this rain is only going to exacerbate that situation, and there will be, I think, more very serious problems with flooding over the course of the weekend, because as we go through in towards the end of Saturday, the start of Sunday, we're going to find this low pressure really deeply becoming a very deep storm system there right over the top of British Isles. There'll be a lot of heavy rain associated with this, and really tightly packed isobars as well, so we're going to expect severe gales probably to be running along the south coast and through the channel, and quite strong, maybe up to gale force winds across some parts of North England as well. Over the Pennines, winds will be quite strong. But I think it's really the rain that's going to be the main issue with this area of low pressure, because the rain really could be quite intense indeed. So if we take a look at the high resolution NAE model, this is the Met Office model, the BBC forecasts are based on this model. We'll have a look at the precipitation charts run through the forecast, and this is the situation for lunchtime tomorrow. So just as that low pressure is beginning to develop and move weather fronts into the south, there's the heavy rain moving on to these southern coastal areas and moving up into South Wales as well. A look at charts, because we're going to find as we go through the course of Saturday a lot of heavy rain getting going across England and Wales, really persistent rain. Well, and then as we move through in towards midnight Sunday, that rain is still there across much of England and Wales. Really heavy rain going on. It's slow moving rain as well. It's lasting many hours. I say the river's already full up, so you can imagine the problems that this is going to cause. Just starting to push in towards northern England, but the worst of it really, I think, is for much of central southern England and Wales. Notice the tightly packed isobars there to the south. That actually keeps the strongest of the wind across northern parts of France from the west. But as that low pressure begins to move off as we go in towards 6 AM on Sunday morning, we're putting down quite a strong northwesterly wind actually around the western side of that area of low pressure. Notice the heavy rain is still going on there across England and Wales. So in some places this starts through the course of the Saturday morning, and by Sunday morning that rain is still pouring. So as we at the total precipitation forecast for the next 48 hours, and remember most of this is from Saturday morning onwards, we see that the model is predicting over an inch of rain here across much of England and Wales, 24-25 millimetres. Some southern areas above that, down in the southwest, we're close to 50 millimetres. That's 2 inches of rain. 25 millimetres is 1 inch. 1 inch, 50 millimetres is 2 inches, so the rainfall total is really clocking up, and I think actually we can probably increase that. This may well be a little bit on the conservative side from the model. We probably can increase that. So a really heavy spell of rain coming up if the NAE model is correct. Let's just have a look at the charts from the GFS model, because again the GFS is going for some heavy rain. This is the situation through the course of Saturday afternoon. We've got heavy rain there again going across England and Wales and running through the charts. Well, it's still pouring at midnight on Sunday morning. That rain is still there at 6 AM on Sunday morning across much of England and Wales. This is a good 12 hours. Both models are in agreement, NAE and GFS, a good 12 hours in some places of really heavy and persistent consistent rain. And then finally, as we get through to Sunday lunchtime, that rain is moving away into the North Sea, and we're in this drier slot, but that isn't the end of the rain, because notice there's more heavy rain there developing to the south of Ireland. That's the next area of low pressure. So there it is, that next area of low pressure comes in as we go through into Sunday night, Monday morning. That low pressure up over Denmark, that's the rain that's going to affect us on Saturday and into Sunday. This area of low pressure down here is the rain that's heading in as we go in towards Sunday night and Monday. And then as we run through the charts, that low pressure there just sits across southern parts of the country through the course of Monday. So Monday looks like it could be another really wet day across much of England and Wales, with that low pressure not really moving much across those southern and central parts of England. So there's the rainfall forecast from the GFS model again for Monday. Lots of very heavy rain going on there on Monday across England and Wales. So we've got a good inch of rain, maybe more to come through Saturday afternoon, and Saturday evening and Sunday morning. Then a drier slot Sunday afternoon, and then Sunday evening and into Monday we've got another dose of heavy rain, which may well give yet another inch of rain, or more perhaps, in some parts of central southern England. So some really horrendous rainfall coming up over the next few days. The rivers are full up already. The rain will have nowhere to go but spill out, and I think we will be seeing more very sad scenes of people being flooded as we go through this weekend and into the start of next week, unfortunately. Finally, just having a very quick look at the cold weather. It still is on course as we go into the latter part of next week. We've got the high pressure building up there to the north of the country, low pressure to the east by Thursday. This is Thursday the 29th. Keep an eye on this low pressure to the south of Greenland. That's the trigger read to start pulling in some proper cold air out of Scandinavia. That's forecast, at least. I'm not saying it's going to, but it's forecast to dive southwards. And as it dives southwards, then we start to pull in the proper cold air by the end of next week out of Scandinavia. So having a look at the upper air temperatures, there comes the -5 isotherm. Notice really cold air going up there over Scandinavia, -15 at 850 HPA, all heading our way on that north to northeasterly wind. So by the time we get through to Saturday the 1st of December, that's next Saturday, we're into this very cold east to northeasterly flow. We've got troughs around the country, so there could be wintry weather in with that. The air will support wintry weather by next weekend, because the -5 isotherm is clearing the south of the country. So definitely the risk that we could see by the end of next week and next weekend. Definitely the risk that we could start to see some wintry weather turning up. Certainly the risk of some snow in northern and eastern parts of the country. If, of course, if the model it has got this right, it's very consistent with it. But it's still some time off. It's still a week away, so we've got to wait really a bit longer before we can start firming up on the detail of the cold and the potentially wintry weather. But coming back to the main emphasis of this video, it is on the rain. Some very significant rain coming up over the weekend and for the start of next week. If you're at all concerned, do keep an eye on your local and national forecast, and from the Met Office as well. If you're concerned about flooding, there is the floodline number also. You just Google floodline, you'll be able to get the floodline number up, because some very nasty weather coming up. That's it for now. Come back tomorrow. I'll be doing a 7-day forecast. We'll have more detailed information tomorrow about the cold weather, but that's it for now. Thanks for watching.